And by the way, if Trump wants to send a rapist somewhere, he could just jump on a bus himself, you know.
Pretty sure that's Bill Clinton, but you'll never talk about it. The R word right off the bat, guys. This is going to be one heck of a show. Stay tuned till the end. We've got a Jimmy Kimmel montage that you guys will not want to miss. I woke up this morning and saw this thumbnail, Karen Rodgers, and I thought to myself, wait, what does Karen mean? Because I was like, I'm pretty sure Jimmy's so I Googled it. I'm like, Karen definition. Karen is a slang term for obnoxious, angry, and it's like, Jimmy, that's you. This is why I can't stand liberals, because they talk shit about everything and everyone. And the second someone gives them an ounce of dung, an ounce of cow dung, they lose it. They have to rewrite history, just like what Cat Williams said about winners and losers. He was right. And for all I can see him right now, I'm not into Trump. I think he's hilarious, but I mean, if you want to waste a comment, go for it. Jeremiah, let's get the show on the boat.
Of 2024, which is already a crazy year, particularly for me.
I think it's time to play Stroker Asian. What's up with Jimmy's delivery? It is not what it used to be, huh?
Crazy year, particularly for me. Did you hear this story about me and Aaron Rodgers, the former quarterback for the Packers? All right, so what happened is he's a Jets quarterback now. He went on a show on ESPN, the Pat McAfee show, and out of the blue insinuated that I was nervous because the Jeffrey Epstein list was coming out. He said I was hoping it wouldn't, and that he was going to pop a bottle of something to celebrate.
And now Crybaby Kimball's going to make it very apparent that he doesn't know Epstein. He was never on the island. He was never on a plane. He never shot in his vein. He was never on a boat. He never did cocaine. We get it, Jimmy.
He did, and then it did come out. And of course, my name wasn't on it, and isn't on it, and won't ever be on. I don't know Jeffrey Epstein. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not on a list. I was not on a plane or an island.
Okay, the tale of two Jimmys. Here we go with the gaslighting. He's starting to build up his story here. Let's see. He's going to explain it so calmly and quietly how he said this to Aaron.
Statements like that we should do it in court so he could share his proof with like a judge, because you know, when you hear
his proof with like a judge. Okay, so where is this? Here we go. Dear asshole, for the record, I've not met, flown with. Dear asshole. That's how he starts it off. Aaron Rodgers said Jimmy Kimmel. That's all he said. And then the next sentence was Epstein list. Yeah, you can insinuate. He didn't say that, though. It's fine. You know, it's fine when these guys do it, right? We're going to get to that. Guys, stay tuned for the montage.
Do it in court so he could share his proof with like a judge, because you know, when you hear a guy who won a Super Bowl and did all the State Farm commercials say something like this, a lot of people believe it. A lot of delusion.
Right. It's kind of like when a goofball late night talk show host does the joke news. People tend to believe that, right?
Honestly believe I am meeting up with Tom Hanks and Oprah at Shakey's.
Fast forward a little bit. This is a very long, drawn out gaslighting right now. Okay, guys. So, I mean, if you want to watch the whole thing, by all means, but I'm going to cut to the chase. Next, Crybaby Kimball's going to talk about how he insulted Rodgers. This is going to be the setup for this entire gaslighting con he's got going on tonight that he's going to perform on his audience. Who knows how many people worked on this con with him? Good for them. We'll skip over it. It's just an old clip that we've kind of seen before. This next part is the best. This just highlights how little self-reflection people like this have. Everything he says is basically about himself, and he's going to try to slander, defame, erode the credibility away from Aaron Rodgers. Part of the con.
But here's the thing. I spent years doing sports. I've seen guys like him before. Aaron Rodgers has a very high opinion of himself because he had success on the football field. He believes himself to be an extraordinary being. He genuinely thinks that because God gave him the ability to throw a ball, he's smarter than everyone else. The idea that his brain is just average is unfathomable to him. We learned during COVID, somehow he knows more about science than scientists. A guy who went to community college.
Kimball, this is you. Swap out football for tells jokes. Jesus Christ. Jimmy, why do you think you're so smart? Because you have your own TV show? So you can lie, manipulate, cherry pick facts and disguise them as jokes?
Might be time to revisit that concussion protocol, Aaron. So he saw that, and maybe to retaliate, he decided to insinuate that I am a pedophile. This is how these nuts do it now. You don't like Trump, you're a pedophile. It's their go-to move.
Oh, so pedophile's off limits, but as long as you stick to the 3 R's, right? Rapist, racist, and retard. That's fine. Montage.
And by the way, if Trump wants to send a rapist somewhere, He could just jump on a bus himself, you know. 2 words typed into your phone and you know you're eating with a scumbag. And Trump is the guy who claims Joe Biden is slipping, sitting down with the Ku Klux Klanye sharing a historic. Even Ted Cruz's daughter wants no part of him. Good job.
Okay, and lastly, Jimmy's going to talk about all the facts that they check to get the show just right.
An opinion, nor is it trash talk. Sorry, Pat McAfee. And as far as the, well, you say things about people all the time argument goes, yes, I do. It's not the same. It's not even close to the same. We say a lot of things on this show.
Right, you call people rapists and racist. I know. It's not the same.
We don't make up lies. In fact, we have a team of people who work very hard to sift through facts and reputable sources before I make a joke. And
oh, cool. Let's check it out. What do we got here? Jimmy Kimmel's obscene lies about kids in medical care. It's a whole thing about like insurance and all the shit he says on his show that was all fucking wrong. What's this? Richard Nixon was the last president to be impeached. Wrong. If you made it this far, hit subscribe for Christ's sakes. And I got one tiny last clip that just highlights how wishy-washy these guys are. What's good is good as long as it's good for you, right? So here's Kimmel talking about election fraud.
Baseless accusations about election corruption in Arizona and Nevada. This swamp creature named Carrie Lake in Arizona was screaming about fraud before the election even started. That's how it goes. They tell you it's fixed even though it isn't.
Now let's just check out this tweet from Akeem Jeffries, a Democrat. Yeah, this isn't Jimmy. I'm just doing shit now. The more we learn about the 2016 election, the more illegitimate it becomes. America deserves to know whether we have a fake president or not. So that's in regards to Trump, obviously. And now, when Trump lost, election denial is a sickness that is poisoning our democracy. My point to this is that they're always complaining about shit. Jeremiah, what do we have next?